So MoCRA introduced the requirement to track and receive adverse events. I'll explain what those are, and then a serious adverse event, I'll give a little bit more definition to that, and again what you must do if any of your product is involved in a serious adverse event. An adverse event is a problem if someone buys one of your products and has a skin rash, sensitization, or some hair fallout, then you must have that information and track that within your company records. And here Obelisk can help you with that. You have to have on your packaging a number or an email or other electronic contact details so that somebody who buys your product can tell you if they have an adverse event. As a brand owner, your responsibility with adverse events is to gather those, plot them, look for trends or spikes where a particular batch, for example, is causing more adverse events than other typical batches. And you must look at what the trends are, whether you need to change your usage instructions, put more warnings into the labeling. So you must track those, and the FDA has the right to ask for access to those records. Now, if somebody buys one of your products and uses it and has a significant adverse event, then that needs to be reported to the FDA within 15 days of you hearing about it. Now, what is a serious adverse event? There's some definition in the regulation, but the FDA has got to define it more in the future. At some point, I would expect some guidelines giving more definition to it. But you can think in terms of you have a skin rash or hair fallout, you go to the doctor, it doesn't immediately respond to treatment, and it really is a significant health problem which has occurred with your product. That must be reported to the FDA. So how can Obelisk help you with adverse events and serious adverse events? So first of all, the requirement is to put some contact detail onto the label so that you can hear about adverse events. And for our clients, we offer an email address which comes to us, so we can gather for you and trend for you and give you the information about how many adverse events are being reported, what type of adverse events are being reported. So we can enable you to fulfill the regulation requirement, which is to track and trend and respond to adverse events and have the records should FDA come and ask for them. We can also help and guide on what does serious mean. We're members of the industry associations in the United States, so we have close contact with the FDA as the definition of serious adverse events becomes more defined, and we can go onto the reporting portal which the FDA runs to make sure that you're complying with the requirement to list your adverse event within 15 days of hearing about it, which is a very important requirement. So remember, the FDA is all about public health, protecting public health in the United States. So product safety is a critical requirement for placing products on the market. And we at Obelisk, we are here to help you navigate all of the steps of adverse events and safety adverse event reporting.